Thank you so much again for coming. And then this is the wonderful group that we're trying to put together to go and help us back home. And hopefully we're going to continue this forever. These guys are really determined, more than me, I'll tell you that. Thank you so much for coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you very much. The commitment that you are demonstrating in going to Africa, to Sierra Leone, and the commitment to meet on a Saturday morning. I mean, it's wonderful for you because you've worked from Monday to Friday. Saturday is time that you want to spend to do a bit of housekeeping and putting things together. And here you are on a Saturday morning, which I'm really moved by this, to see that people can live their normal life, to come and sit together, to try to determine how to help people in another country. I'm truly very, very much impressed with that. I'm sure many of you know very much about Sierra Leone, because for us who are born there, I think we take things for granted. But when people live here and they go there, they know a lot of things that we ourselves don't know about our country. So I believe you know a lot about the problems that we had. We had a civil war, but that is behind us. In fact, our president no longer likes us to refer to our civil war. He said that has passed. We should be thinking about the future for Sierra Leone. Certainly, the area that you are concentrating in is one of the main challenge areas that we have in Sierra Leone, and that's the health sector. The government is utilizing huge amounts of money in order to be able to satisfy the health sector. But like every developing country, you have your budget, and anytime you set a program, something happens which makes you make an about-face turn. I'll give you an example. Very recently, Sierra Leone, during the war period, we had a lot of help from the Americans, from Nigeria, in terms of military support in bringing stability to Sierra Leone. And therefore, after the war, Sierra Leone had a responsibility to also provide support to other countries in need. So we were approached by the United States to send troops to Somalia, which we have done. We are also approached to send troops to Sudan, which we have done. We have one of the largest contingent of peacekeeping troops in Somalia. And because of our role in this peacekeeping role, Sierra Leone became a target of the Al-Shabaab terrorists. The threat they pose to Sierra Leone, not only to the United States, but to Sierra Leone, to Nigeria, is active and very real. And we take it very, very seriously. You will hear what has happened in Kenya, where, I mean, even Nigeria is worst off there. What did that mean for Sierra Leone? This was outside of our budget for 2013 and 2014. And because of the active threat, government had to divert huge amounts of money that were not planned for that into the security sector by bringing up, buying machines to X-ray at the airport, the various security apparatus. It was a huge amount of money. This was not expected. This was never part of the budget. And definitely this affects vital services like the health sector. It affects them seriously. We have a very ambitious program, the free health care for 0 to 5 years of age, lactating. You must have heard about that. Some of you must have seen it. And that is also a challenge to us. Because of the porosity of our borders, it's difficult to control it. Because we don't have physical borders. In many, many areas, I served in Guinea about 10 years ago as ambassador. And I was traversing there. You don't even know that you are in Guinea. The only thing that demonstrates a border is a cotton tree. So all the rest is free. And these people are the same people on both sides of the border. So it's a it puts strain on our free health care, because people will come from Liberia waterside, Bo waterside, people will come from Gegedu, people will come from the north in Guinea, they just cross over. And they say, look, I'm a Sierra Leonean. And there's no way for you to say it's not a Sierra Leonean, because they're one and the same people. So I'm telling you this background so that you know that these are things that bring a lot of strain on the economy of the country and on our desire to provide adequate health care and facilities for our people. But despite those challenges, the government and the people of Sierra Leone are well determined to be able to satisfy the healthcare needs of our country. Of course, I know you are also galvanizing support for the Ebola outbreak. We have been instructed from home that we should canvass and try to get whatever support that we can get, if it's material support, whatever, to be able to help us to overcome the outbreak. We have a lot of agencies on the ground now. The World Health Organization is there. The United States were one of the first responders who actually went there. When there was no Ebola in Sierra Leone, the United States had already sent some experts in Kenema. So we now have a lot of people on the ground, and for us, at least it's been contained within the Kailaun area. There has been no report of Ebola in Freetown. There has been no report of Ebola in Poloko. We have reports in Cambia, a few cases in Cambia, but the main concentration area is Kailaun. And the government is treating it very, very seriously. I think we have less than 40 people who have actually died as a result of Ebola, and most of it is because of contact. Some of the health workers didn't actually comply with their instructions and things like that. So it's a pandemic, and the government takes it very, very seriously. The first time I heard about Ebola was about 20 years ago. I think it was in the Congo. And then it died for a long time. Nobody heard about it. And then all of a sudden we heard about it in Guinea and then in Liberia. And we knew, of course, that it was going to come because, as I said, of the porosity of our borders. So government is doing its utmost to be able. We are launching a campaign at the embassy this morning. I'm calling a meeting of the Sierra Leonean community organizational heads to come and ask them to brainstorm as to how we can be able to help urgently in the sector. And one good thing that this has brought to us is, despite political differences, despite tribal differences, this is one thing that has garnered support from the whole of the Sierra Leone society. BU, SLPP, BU, APC, they've all formed a common front to be able to fight the virus, because we don't want it to come to Freetown. Freetown has more than 2 million population since after the people came there, so we don't want it to come there. So that's why we are trying our best. Like I said, unless if you have questions, that we will, but there is not much I can say to you. Many of you know a lot about Sierra Leone than me. And I want to assure you that in your endeavors to go to Sierra Leone, whatever the embassy can do, we'll do it with speed. I mean, if you want us to give visas, I will instruct them. I think I've told them already. I don't think there should be any problems with that. We will ensure that if your passports go there today, you get it the same day, so that you don't go and come back. Yes, and I don't see any reason why you should pay consular fees for visa fees to go to Sierra Leone. I think you can do that. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
So that's what I would say for now, and maybe it's better to have a dialogue than me coming and making a huge speech here. Thank you very much for your time again once more.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ambassador.
And I have advised my president that if he's going to discuss with President Obama, that's an area that I think that we need tremendous amount of collaboration, providing technical institutes to train our young people, providing agricultural institutes where we can train our young people. You go to Freetown, you see them moving all around. So that's an area that, I'm ready for us to collaborate together on that. I'm very, very much, I have over 10 young people I'm paying for at the university, apart from those in schools, from my own personal pocket. But that's just a tip on the iceberg. There's a lot we can do. There's another initiative that has just been developed in Sierra Leone, and I said when I go next, I will discuss with the American ambassador and see how we can motivate these young people. They call it attitudinal and behavioral change for young people. It's a big problem. Anytime they have school sports in Sierra Leone, there is fighting. There is fighting, they will break into cars, they will stab each other and things like that. And it's a huge concern to the government. So what they've done is they've established pilot projects in identified schools where the young people themselves will vote for a sort of a small group. And this group will be the attitudinal and behavioral change group. I think they've identified about 5 schools. I want to discuss with the American ambassador if we can have some kind of incentive that they can be looking forward to. We say, okay, the best of this group, maybe 3 or 4 of them, we can bring them on holidays here in the United States. They come and meet with their colleagues here maybe for a month. In fact, that's what the yearly program is about. Yes. Every year, the president's program brings 500 young people from Africa. I think they spend about, they are here right now. Okay. I think they spend about 1 or 2 months here, and they get training in entrepreneurship and things like that. And they don't leave them like that. When they go back, the American embassy there still supports them. But again, it's a small thing. I mean, 500 for Africa. Sierra Leone can only send, I think we only sent about 4 people. I mean, I was arguing with the Assistant Secretary of State. What impact will 4 youths create on 1.5 million youths? So we need really something on the spot, like creating technical institutes where we can train our young people. So, like I said, I'm very happy about this program. A large part of my life was, even when I was at university, I was a student activist. A large part of my life has been concerned with how we can help young people. I'll give you another instance. I live in Kisii, and I was just looking over my window. There's a school there, and I saw almost all the girls. There was no toilet in the school. I could just look there, they would defecate in the fields and things like that. And then I walked up to the school, I said, why can't we do something? It didn't cost much. I think it cost me about $3,000, and we were able to build 6 bathrooms, especially for the girls. Our main concern is because the major dropouts we have are girls. The World Bank, the United Nations, is helping us with that. Teenage pregnancy, dropout. The dropout rate among girls is almost double at among boys. So this area that we are, I just thought I should make you know some of these things.
Thank you. Yeah. So this is wonderful. In fact, to additional to that, of course, you know, we have a library, and then also we already build a computer lab, guys. I'm still trying to put computers there. So that's what the youth are going to be doing when they get there. They're going to be going there doing all of that teaching, and our goal was to try to see if they can get there in April to help us out with that. So we're going to work on that too, the youth program. And then also, guys, hopefully it's funny, Ambassador said that. I didn't tell anyone this, but I was invited to UNESCO August 1st to go and give a speech there. They think we've been doing a good job. So the president called, looked through our site, and then it says, can you come in and talk to us, United Nations, blah, blah. I said, okay, I'll be there. I said, but, so that's another thing I'm going to opportunity to go and talk about the youth program too, that hopefully is going to help with that. Of course, Miriam, you heard the ambassador now. You're going to get his number, and you guys going to be working.